welcome. Welcome to Coffee with the Port St. Lucie Council. I'm Teresa Aronson, CEO of the St. Lucie County Chamber of Commerce. It is my pleasure, my honor to facilitate this event. We do it every single month. It's free. It's open to the public. We do it, I think, the third Tuesday of the month. Am I correct? Is that what today is? And it's right here at the Community Center on Aroso. We throw in free coffee and Danish from our good friends at Steamworks Brewery. It is a locally owned, Michael and his family are just pillars of the community. It's a locally owned coffee house right there on US 1, sort of like by Savannah Club, that area.
It's right next, it's in the same plaza of the record store I go to every Saturday.
Oh yeah, it is it is by your record store, and Charlie's Cheesesteak, I think, is in there too. So if you have an opportunity to get in there and patron our locally owned, family-owned businesses, but not only that, but the businesses that give back to our community. So thank you to them. And of course, we have our sponsor, as always, because we need to spend some time with our council. That's what we do here. We rotate out council members so we can know what's going on in the city of Port St. Lucie. So this month, our sponsor, as it is every other month, is the Children's Services Council. So we have with us Sean Boyle, as we typically do, although we had Ashley Mock not too long ago.
Yeah, occasionally I have stuff I have to do, and Ashley fills in wonderfully.
Yeah, I think, did I have a fill-in? No, I had a fill-in for another show last month. So yeah, I don't think it was
She's filling in for me at your networking breakfast in Port St. Lucie next week.
Oh, okay, very good, very good. I had to have a fill-in for a show last month, but it was Coffee with the Chair for St. Lucie County. I typically try not to. I try to schedule my whole life around my shows, but sometimes you can't help it, right?
How many shows do you have?
I'm down to 3. We used to do 5.
I have a funny story about shows. So I was at Panera Bread yesterday meeting with somebody in St. Lucie West, and a guy walked by, and he's like, TV star, and he gave me a fist bump. And so he walked back, and I'm like, when you say, what are you talking about? He's like, I've seen you on Coffee with the Mayor, or Coffee with the Port St. Lucie.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
You know, it's surprising to me because I have been recognized outside of the city of Port St. Lucie. You would be surprised how many people actually watch these shows. And what makes me happiest about that is I feel like we have a lot of really good information on these shows, so that means people are learning. And so that's what makes me happy about that. But you would be very surprised how many people watch these shows, so I love it. Good. All right, so what's Children's Services Council? We'll go through it. What is it, and what do you do?
Sure. If you haven't heard me say this, I say this in my sleep. We are a local independent district, and we support children's programs. Currently, 54 programs in our community annually that reach over 60,000 children, and then in the summer we expand. So we have about 15 summer camps, additional summer camps, in addition to, we have 27 locations for summer camps because a lot of our annual after-school programs turn into summer camps as well.
Yeah.
And we focus on 5 priorities.
Yep. Making sure every baby's a healthy baby, stopping child abuse before it happens, keeping kids in school, keeping kids away from drugs and other risky behavior, and I can't remember the 5th one today.
You went in a different order. Did you say keeping kids off streets?
I know, because keeping kids off
abuse?
streets is 4, and then keeping kids off drugs and other risky behaviors are 5. So I skipped over 1, and then I got lost.
All right, so it's making sure every baby's a healthy baby,
I told
stopping
you.
child abuse before it happens, keeping kids off the streets, keeping them in school, and keeping them off drugs, alcohol, and other risky behaviors.
Yeah, everybody can relate to this, but the people that aren't watching the show now, the people here knew I'm already on the struggle bus this morning.
Yeah, I apologize.
So,
I threw a lot at you.
Yeah.
So for the summer, as you know, we partner with the Chamber.
Yes.
So we have 27 summer camp locations that are offering affordable summer camp options for families.
Yes.
That range from theater camps.
End It,
and Sunrise Theater, and Stage Fright through Lindsay School of the Arts.
Some new ones. Lindsay School of the Arts,
and then, the Boys and Girls Club, Frontline for Kids. But what's important, or what I wanted to mention, was we partner with you over the summer.
Yeah.
So this is probably going back about 10 years. People apply for summer camps to us, and, us being very fiscally responsible, emphasis on the very, we noticed that a lot of camps are wanting St. Lucie money to send kids to go to Orlando or Busch Gardens. And don't get me wrong, that's a great experience.
It is.
But we're taking local dollars and go spending it in another community. So what we realized, and this is the reason why we partner with you, is there's so many things in St. Lucie County, and you would be surprised how many kids have never even touched water, and yet we're a coastal city or
Yep.
county and community. So we partnered with you to book all the local excursions,
Yep.
from kayaking to animation, boat rides and
CHOP does a great environmental
The Oxbow.
information. Oxbow.
Navy SEAL Museum,
is
FAU, yeah.
doing a new tour, an educational tour that we pay for, yep.
Yeah, and so what we do is those kids are able to experience their own community, and we're able to keep those local dollars here, and we're also able to help support small businesses.
Because they typically, most of those businesses, Salties, your excursions, they are suffering in the summer because all of our snowbirds have gone home. But I just want to say, we have really dipped in this year. Like I said, we have animation. Jack in my office, he, well educated, and he has a passion for animation. So he's going out to the summer camps and teaching these little kids how to do animation. They love it, and Jack's really enjoying it too. Now I do soft skills training, which I'm just volunteering to do that now. And I'm going out to the schools and doing soft skills training because, kids need that, like shaking hands and making eye contact. And I went the other day and you said they've never touched water. And I asked the kids, what have you done? They said, we went to Salties. I water skied. These kids don't have access to water skis, right? And I said, is it the first time you ever water skied? He said, it's the first time I ever touched water. And so these kids are really getting opportunities that they don't typically have.
It's life-changing, right?
It is. It
I
is.
mean, for them to literally live 5 miles or less from the water but have never been there before, and to really know their community, it's life-changing.
Yeah, and our partners, our vendors, they notice this stuff, and for them it's life-changing too. I know Salties has spent a lot of money buying bathing suits because a lot of these kids at these camps don't have bathing suits, and so they've been out buying bathing suits. If you have bathing suits and you want to donate them, please bring them by the chamber because we go through this every summer. These kids don't have the appropriate, gear, equipment, or even swimming suits to take part in these things. We have a new lady that does art in the camps. We just have a lot of really great things here locally. Because remember how economy works is every dollar that's spent here rotates amongst our own citizens 3 more times.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a good strategy.
Yeah, it is. I love it.
And so I thought if I could mention one more thing.
Yeah.
So I often come in here and I kind of talk about children, obviously children. I'm from the Children's Services Council and talk about stats and annual report. But I thought I would bring up something that we do that we really don't promote a lot, but we've been doing it for 5+ years, is what we recognized was in the nonprofit world, particularly when an executive director or CEO may leave a large, well-established organization, it has taken that organization 2 to 5 years to kind of find its footing again.
Of course.
And they kind of go through, an new executive director may last 6 months, they replace it. We saw it happen multiple times. So we partner with the Community Foundation of Martin, St. Lucie County, Elizabeth Barbella, and we offer 4 times a year a master class in leadership. So it's a 5-week course where we're educating on the skills, leadership skills. It's five full days of class over 5 weeks, plus individual coaching in between. And what we're doing is we're developing the next leaders in St. Lucie County. So we're taking middle to higher management people that are in these nonprofits and giving them skill set. So if they were to become a leader, because a lot of times what happens in the nonprofit world, and this is probably true in most businesses, if you're really good at your job, you get promoted up. But rarely do you actually get the skills taught on how to be a leader.
Yeah.
I've seen it in the business world. A great salesman will rise up to management leadership, but he's never been taught management or leadership skills.
And in nonprofit world, I see it a lot. You have a huge passion for the work that nonprofit is doing. Doesn't necessarily mean that you can and have run a business.
It's a different skill set to manage and lead people as opposed to being a content expert.
It is.
So we do that. We've also partnered and we're providing executive coaching to some nonprofit leaders. And then we've also we have a whole development wing where we're trying to build up the skill set of our nonprofit world. So we do something once a month called Coffee with a Grant Writer. We totally steal all this coffee stuff from the chamber, by the way.
Everybody does. But, what do they say about flattery and,
Yeah, it's the best form of flattery.
Yeah.
But we don't give you recognition for it, but no, I'm just kidding.
Nobody does.
We do on the second Friday of each month in our room, in our boardroom, or training room, I should say, Thursday from 9 to 10, we do something called Coffee with a Grant Writer. And so we contract with a grant writer, and nonprofits come in if they have questions about grant writing, because if you're in the nonprofit world, you have to know how to write grants.
You do.
That's the lifeblood of the revenue. And so she'll walk them through some exercises of a grant writing, and it's free to anybody that wants to come. And in August, we're kicking off another related thing. On August 15th, we got your second Friday covered with grant writing. On the third Friday of each month, we're doing something called Brewing Leadership. It's the same kind of concept. We have a leadership expert, somebody who has their doctorate in leadership and organizational development, gonna come, and anybody that wants to come, you can bring up any topic.
It's free?
It's free. We're gonna provide coffee. It's Vegas rules, so what's spoken in that room stays in that room. And if there's no specific talker, she's gonna walk everybody that comes through some aspect of leadership.
Love it.
So that's just a small snippet of some of the professional development that we're doing.
And I mean, anybody can go.
Absolutely.
A lot of times we have citizens here that are not part of maybe the business world. Like, just come. You're always
Absolutely.
welcome.
Yeah, I have all the flyers back there.
Yeah.
And Coffee with a Grant Writer, we get people who've never worked in a nonprofit world, but maybe they have an interest in a topic and they're just exploring it.
Yeah.
So, and the leadership cuts across nonprofits and all sectors of business.
Yeah. And we talk about our guys from Del Webb a lot, but a lot of them are retired, but they're running clubs like businesses over there like crazy. So yeah, it's a great way to make connections too. I mean, they're active. It's not.
Yeah, so,
they say they're retired, but I would argue with that, to be honest.
and it's exciting for us because we run 12 people through our leadership class, the 5-week class. We run it 4 times a year. And what's exciting is we've done it long enough. We've seen the people that have gone through the class ascend into leadership in St. Lucie County. So it's very impactful.
That's
and
how
it's
leadership St. Lucie is, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's something we've been doing kind of under the radar, and I just thought, you know what, let me talk about it here.
All right, so give everybody your website and everything, so how they can.
Sure. You can go to our website, which is, we love our acronyms in the nonprofit world, so it's www.cscslc.org. Coffee with a Grant Writer is the second Friday of each month at 9 a.m., and Brewing Leadership is the third Friday starting in August, but we start that at 8 a.m. because we know leaders have to get to their office. They can't do a 9 o'clock start. They got to do an 8 o'clock start.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
All right, well, we are going to take a short break, and then we'll be right back with the mayor of this beautiful city, Shannon Martin. Welcome back to Coffee with the Port St. Lucie Council. I am still Teresa Aronson, but now I'm joined by the one, the only mayor of this beautiful city. Please welcome Shannon Martin, everybody.
Morning.
Good morning.
How's it going?
Thank you for being a last-minute fill-in. I know that Councilwoman Morgan, I think, was scheduled this month, but thank you for coming. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I like having you here anyway, so good.
Thanks.
What do we got going on?
Lots of stuff going on as usual. We are right in the heart of budget season.
Yes.
And so next week we will all be in this room and on Wednesday and Thursday for 2 full days of our city council budget workshop. And our city manager will be presenting the budget to us for this year. And I'm happy to say that for the 10th year in a row, we will have another millage rate reduction.
Very good.
It will be small, but it will be a reduction still.
So we are going to address this, and we are just going to get ahead of it, because last year the attacks were just insane to me. So first of all, a millage rate reduction is just one jurisdiction, right? And your tax bill is made up of several taxing agents.
16 or 17 different taxing authorities on your tax bill.
Exactly.
Yep.
And you're just one small authority, one small portion of it.
Yeah, we have 2 line items on the tax bill.
Okay. So you're going to do a nominal. We'll be honest, it's nominal, because it's not like costs have gone down.
No, so what we're going to be doing is our general fund millage is going to remain flat.
Okay.
And of course, this is provided, it gets approved by the city council, but the recommendations is that the general fund millage will remain flat, but our crosstown millage will go down.
Your crosstown, because, yes.
And the reason why we are able to do that is because, so if you're not aware, the crosstown millage to do Crosstown Parkway, that was a voter referendum back in 89, I think? Was it? Or 90? What, was it 2004?
I think we had to re-up it or something in 2004.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So anyway,
Yeah,
thank you, Patricia.
yeah.
But anyway, so it was a voter referendum, so we took out a bond, the city took out a bond to pay for Crosstown. And as you know, we have the extension that we did over the bridge.
Yeah.
So that debt has to be paid back. So the voters pay, or the citizens pay that back. And we only want to take in as much as we need to pay the debt.
Yes.
And we have a little bit of a contingency because
And
it's
you
required.
can only do that anyway.
Right.
By law, you can only take in as much as you.
Correct.
Yeah.
So as a result of the growth and having more funding, we want to make sure that we are not taking in more than we need to pay the debt. So we are able to reduce the millage for that.
Okay, so that will reduce.
Mm-hmm.
However, your tax bill overall, the
Yes.
value, your taxable value,
Yes.
if you are homesteaded in the state of Florida,
Yes.
is possibly can go up if the taxable value or the market value of your home has gone up 3% or more
Yes, you're capped at 3% increase
if you're homesteaded.
if you're homesteaded. Yes.
And we all know we live in Florida, a very desirable place to live. Our home values have gone up by 3%. I think what in the city of Port St. Lucie, I think what 7.5-ish.
You mean for this year's
Yeah.
valuation? No. So originally, what happens is at the end of May, Michelle Franklin, our property appraiser, will call us and give us a estimate of what her office believes the amount will be. So when she called me the end of May, she said that the increase was 8.5%. And so then usually what happens is by the time the July numbers come in, and which usually includes the numbers from FP&L and more of the commercial side.
Yeah.
And
Commercial
also
properties.
the portability from other jurisdictions, the portability numbers, because if people that live in Palm Beach County move to Port St. Lucie and they sell a home and buy a home here, they get that portability. So those numbers always come in last, according to Michelle. And so then they have to calculate that. So what was a little bit different this year than usually last year or other years is we usually see a few percentage increase of a bump. But when I originally talked with her, she said, don't expect there to be a little bit bigger bump because we did a lot of the calculations.
Yeah, she was pretty much finished.
Right. However, though, there was a little bit of bigger bump.
Oh, good.
And it went from 8.5 to 12.95.
Well, that's a heck of a bump.
Yes. And so it was like, okay, we didn't expect to get a little bit bigger bump, but we did get a little bit bigger bump.
That's good news.
Right. So, and we have a bunch of things that are in the works with Torino. Torino Regional Park has come in significantly higher, going back to what you said about all these costs being so high.
Yeah.
A few other things, we are doing land acquisition because our residents have told us that they want us to see us doing land acquisition for park space and for conservation land. So we're keeping true to that promise. The other thing that the extra money will go for, according to the city manager, is, as you are aware, our public safety sector, our firefighters and the fire trucks, whenever there's an emergency, they're trying to get through these intersections that are busy.
Yeah. So
And
you're going to
so-
do that software?
Yeah, so we are putting in place, and we have in 18 intersections already, but we have 122 intersections in the city because we're so big. So we're utilizing funding to make sure that we can give the fire department the ability to change the lights in the intersections for the preemption so they can get to people faster for life-saving purposes.
Safety for
Absolutely.
everybody. That's an amazing thing.
That's right. So public safety is, it's, of course, top priority.
Okay, so
So-
we went to 12.5, is that what you said?
12.95.
Oh my goodness, that was a huge jump. I was not
Yep.
expecting that, because when I heard numbers, I think from Michelle,
Mm-hmm.
in May, it was lower than everybody expected.
Yep.
So that's good news. So going back to the taxes and the millage
Yep.
is, okay, so everybody got a 12, if you live in Port St. Lucie, 12.95, basically.
Yeah, that was the increase
In your
due to the growth.
in your value.
Mm-hmm.
But you can only go up in taxable value 3%. So
If you're
everybody's
homesteaded.
taxable value, if you're homesteaded, went up 3%. You're not reducing the millage overall, all jurisdictions by 3%.
No,
can't.
we're only in charge of 2 line items, Port
Right.
St. Lucie.
So in order for you to see a reduction in your taxes, every single taxing agent would have to reduce their millage by 3% or more.
And for the Port
That's never going to happen, just so you all know.
Yeah, so for the Port St. Lucie portion, we always do benchmarks and we do average out the median price of a home, assessed value of a home. And so, again, I can only speak for here, Port St. Lucie, because I'm not in charge of the other taxing authorities. The average assessed value of a home, I don't have the number, but it'll be a $12 reduction on the Port St. Lucie side, but not for everything else. Everything else is determined by the other taxing authorities.
Yeah, it would be, I don't think I'll see that in my lifetime, that every single one of them reduce their, you know,
So it'll
because
be-
that's the only way your taxes would ever go down. Your property taxes are never going to go down.
And what's hard about that is, so you might have the $12 reduction if you're in the average
In
range.
that line item.
In that line item, but of overall, yeah.
They're going to go up
It-
3% at least, probably, in all the
Well,
other
that's-
items.
Yeah, and that's the max. And if you're not homesteaded, 10% is the max.
Yeah, 10% is the max.
Oh.
But last year, only the city of Port St. Lucie got railed in the press for saying, oh, but you're still raising taxes. Well, every other taxing authority did too. None of them reduced by 3%.
And what everyone doesn't understand is that the city does not assess the value of the homes. That's the property appraisers, that's their role. Our role is to assess the amount of millage that we need in order to run the city, to operate and maintain the city at the level that our residents expect the city to be operated at.
And don't blame the property appraiser. The value of your home is determined by the market.
Well, exactly. She has a ton of processes and criteria that she has to
Yeah.
abide by in order
It's
to
something
figure
called
things
comp
out.
sales. I'm sure we have realtors in the house.
So, and as we know, it's not just here. Every city, and especially the major cities in the state of Florida, are seeing significant increases in growth. We have over 23
Yeah.
million people that live in Florida now, which is huge. And so we're going to continue to see it. We have a lull. It has slowed down. Our single-family home permits have dropped considerably. But to be honest with you, we're all happy for it right now because
Yeah.
we all need to breathe a little bit. And we all need to make sure that we're working hard and doing proper planning, and which we are, to make sure we have infrastructure for the future, to make sure we have parks, to make sure we have all the things that are necessary to maintain a good quality of life here in Port
Well, I
St.
mean, I
Lucie.
think if you polled the audience, is there anybody here, raise your hand, if you want more people to move here? Exactly. We're fine.
We're fine, but they're going to because the
They're
land is
going
out
to,
there. Yeah.
But nobody wants. So
No,
nobody's like,
I don't
"Oh,
even want it.
please,
I'm good.
I'll take more neighbors.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We're all good
no,
here.
Nobody's
But,
going to say that.
So, but just to give you an idea, when I talk about percentage increases in the bumps, about what that looks like, so that equates to $4 million.
Yeah.
So, in the grand scheme of things, and when you're talking about
A city of this size.
a city of our size,
not a lot.
budget of over $800 million. Yeah,
It's not a lot.
$4 million is not much considering a mile of road to build today is $4 million.
Yeah.
1 mile of road it costs $4 million to build. So
Yeah. It's crazy.
It is. It's insane. But it's got to get done. We have things that have to get done. And so the other thing I want to talk about
Okay.
is, and Mr. Landry is here, which I'm so happy. So if you haven't heard, if you haven't seen social media, if you haven't seen the news, Port St. Lucie is an all-American city. So it is a competition that is put on by the National Civic League, a national organization. This is our second go-round attempting to win that competition. If at first you don't succeed, you try again. They put out themes every year of what they're looking for. In the National Civic League, it's out of Denver, Colorado. And so it was based on environmental and how we're connecting our citizens to the environment. And so we have a program called Naturally PSL. And of course, it involves our parks and conservation land and focusing on our environment. And so we put a team together of city staff, city residents, and Mr. Landry, who is one of our city champions, right?
From Del
We're
Webb.
from Del Webb. We're the most involved citizens in our entire city, and thank you for that, Wayne, because you, in my eyes, you are a true community champion.
Yes.
And city champion. And we also had our partners from Bloomberg Philanthropies join us from the Harvard Leadership Program, and we put that amazing team together. And that amazing team, we were 20 cities are finalists out of the hundreds of cities that apply. And then you have to fight to be one of the top, in one of the 10. There's no ranking, but one of the 10. And our city was one of the 10. It was the first one that was called out this year. So very, very proud. All of us should be very, very proud of our city.
So they, Wayne already went to Denver.
Wayne already went. It was at the
nice.
end of June. They had to, we had to submit a video. They had to perform a skit.
A skit?
Yes, and sing and speak.
That seems like something we should be doing
right?
here.
And so the skit, if you haven't seen it, you can go on the All America City website, and the skit is there. I watched it. It was very heartwarming. It made me cry. It really took you on a path of all the great environmental areas that we have in the city, and was an education piece as well. Dealing with water quality, making sure we're protecting our environment, and it was just wonderful. So
very good.
yes. So again, congratulations to our city. And if you haven't heard, I was actually in Hawaii, and that's why I couldn't go this year. So Vice Mayor did an amazing job standing in for me, and I thank her. And also at the June 23rd council meeting, and I was in Hawaii, but we finally got the names and the idea of what our riverfront dining is going to look like at the port.
Oh.
So the developer of the restaurant came forward, and our restaurant is going to be called Salt River, a St. Lucie River gastronomy. It will be a coastal-inspired dining experience, including rooftop dining overlooking our beautiful river.
Salt River.
Salt River.
Who picked that name?
They did.
It's brackish at best.
Listen, they picked the name.
All right.
There'll also be an area called Italian Disco, pizzeria, bar, and restaurant infusing old school flavor and modern energy. There will be a little restaurant called Cannon with a K, offering a bold menu that features sushi, bento boxes, and fresh Japanese cuisine, crafted with precision and artistry. The Grove Bar, showcasing local craft beers and signature cocktails, surrounded by lush landscaping.
Love it.
And the Tiki Bar, a bold take on the traditional tiki bar, specializing in artisan tropical drinks with a tequila twist.
Is that spelled funny too?
Yeah, it's like tequila, Tequi.
That tracks.
And it's all going to be run by Atlas Restaurant Group, which operates more than 50 concepts with locations in Maryland, Delaware, Texas, Pennsylvania, and Florida. I believe in the Miami
Maryland,
area.
Delaware, Texas. Okay, so they're not familiar with brackish water.
I don't know what they're familiar with.
Okay.
But
We'll explain it to them when they get here.
it's on the river. It's still salty because it's brackish, so there's a little salt in there.
saltish.
But that's there. I think it's going to be awesome. And there are some renderings, and I think we have it on the city website.
No, I'm
So
excited.
It's very exciting. They're going to groundbreak this fall.
Okay.
And be operational. They're saying first quarter of 27, hopefully a little sooner than that. But great things.
Love it.
Yep. And,
I'm excited.
Stars and Stripes Park. I've been out there this weekend.
How's
Is
it look?
absolutely phenomenal.
Good.
That is our passive, beautiful park, paying homage to our first responders and our veterans. The sculptures that are out there are amazing.
They are. You can see those from the road. You can tell those are amazing. I've been out there.
If you go inside, you could see all the planets and the celestial sphere that's in there. And it was cool because it wasn't even dusk, and the light was shining through. There's stained glass. It looks pink and green and blue, and it was reflecting on the concrete. So it was really cool. We're gonna open that hopefully in the next month, and they're putting in the finishing touches to it. Tons of trees, and we're gonna do that at ribbon cutting at dusk because we want everyone to be able to experience the art sculptures and how they illuminate. So, very cool.
Bring your off.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
We'll make sure we have some, but
Okay.
we want the full experience out there.
Okay.
Listen, we're in Florida. We know there's bugs. You just have to deal, right?
You do have to
That's
deal.
right.
We do know there's bugs. I will come. I will bring lots of DEET.
We'll bring some for you.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so lots of good stuff.
It is some good
Lots
stuff.
of
I'm
good
really excited about the port. I kid,
Yeah.
but I am very excited.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we found a partner. The Japanese part is like right up my alley. Can't wait. Good.
Yeah.
As you know, you like Latin. I like Japanese
I like Latin
food.
and Italian. Yeah.
Yeah. I could eat sushi or stir fry every day of my
I'm
life.
not a fish person
Yeah.
by any stretch. I'll
Yeah.
do crab. I'll do lobster, but I don't eat fish.
Yeah. Raw fish all day, every day.
So.
Well, I know.
So that's a tidbit you never knew about me before. I don't eat fish.
I feel like everybody knows that I eat raw fish every day. I feel like everybody knows I only eat sushi. I only go to like 3 restaurants.
I know. You
They're
do. That is
usually
true.
sushi based.
That is true.
And I go to Latin ones with you if I have to.
Yeah. So, but yeah, great things are going on. There's lots more to come, lots of projects happening. And then if you're interested in attending our workshop, we welcome our residents. We welcome everybody. We want you to be a part of it and see actually what goes on. And when I tell you it's 2 full days, it's 2 full days. Updates on all of our projects, updates on any programs that we're doing. Again, full budget. We spend hours on our budget. Each of us have budget books that are this thick, and you'll see a few of us at least walk in with a budget book with tons of Post-its in it. Because we really do focus on the details and pay close attention. So
Good.
it's
It's interesting.
great. It's interesting. Some of it might be a little boring to you, but
Yeah.
but it's interesting, and you really get to learn a lot about what goes on.
It
in
is
the
very
city.
interesting, though.
So
I
if you have
recommend
time,
it. And you can see what's scheduled. So if you have a particular interest, you can look online and see what you want to come and watch.
yes, we have a full agenda.
Good. All right. Well, PSAs for just the general public. Of course, our good friend or dear friend of mine, Representative Toby Oberdorf, is heading up, co-chairing the task force on property taxes.
Oh, you want to have a conversation about that?
Yes.
Let's do that.
Yes. I'm counting on him to inform the governor that that is a horrible idea.
So I'm just going to be really straight. As many of you know, I am.
Yeah, I don't really lie much either.
The
so,
notion that property taxes are a debt to the government and that the government wants to own your home, I can tell you, nobody in Port St. Lucie City government wants your home. However, we do have an obligation to all of you to provide the services that you need in order to operate the city. That includes your police. That includes fire.
Yeah.
That includes
mosquitoes.
well, that includes mosquito control in the county. And as a matter of
Trash.
fact, I just had an issue with that because apparently there's a portion of Verano that doesn't get mosquito control, and it's all convoluted. And that's something for Commissioner Fowler and the team to work on.
Okay.
But of course, they're a city resident, so it comes to my attention.
Of course.
Infrastructure. I can't build roads. We can't build roads for you. We can't address roads if I don't have a public works department and engineers working in the city in order to do that.
And you got a pothole on your street, you're going to have to go through the state.
And so I don't understand for the life of me how this has become an issue to eliminate the very thing that makes our city run for our residents.
I feel like it's a headline grabber, at least I hope. I hope there's really no teeth to it. But beyond all of your city services, which are pretty much everything, it's how we survive here, right? You need these things. You need sewer. You need water. All of these things will be affected. But even the programs that Sean and I talked about today, that we were sending kids to the water, guess what?
That's paid for
That-
by property taxes.
Yep.
And the citizens have voted
To do
for
that.
the Children's Services Council.
Yes.
Correct, Sean?
Yeah.
Twice.
86% of you last time said,
So the Children's
"Please do that."
Services Council would not be in existence, and they wouldn't be able allowed to collect property tax revenue
That would go away.
if the voters of St. Lucie County said no to it. because they're the ones, we all authorize that.
Yes. It's really just an attempt for the state to take away local government
The problem
power.
with the state government is always the same thing. There's these unfunded mandates that they preempt us for, and they set these rules, but they have no real solutions on how to pay for things a different way. We have home rule in
And
the
you
state
will
of Florida.
pay for it. So just remember, nothing's for free. So if you're not paying your property taxes, they will get it out of you somewhere else. Somewhere else where you don't have control over it.
So one of the ideas that floated was double the sales tax. Okay, well, can you imagine going to buy a car and having to pay double the sales tax
Yeah.
that you pay now in order to get that car?
They're going to get the money out of you one way or another, and you're going to have less control over it. So just, it sounds great not to pay property taxes, but you need to know the ramifications of that.
And it's difficult too because, like I said, we have home rule in the state of Florida. Our Constitution gives our cities the right to govern in accordance with the way that we need to operate our cities, and not every city is the same at all. There are no apples to apples comparisons. Every city has different needs. Every city is a different size. Every city has residents that require certain things, certain services, and we are very unique in many ways. But
My
and
small
I
business
understand
assistance, all that
yeah,
stuff.
I understand the need for fiscal conservancy and responsibility, but that is something that is a priority that we practice here in Port St. Lucie every single day of the week, and we are known to be very fiscally conservative, very fiscally responsible. We meet all of our governmental standards. We get awards every year. We're in year like 35 or 6 for our budgeting. We are extremely transparent. Everything is line items on our city website. Our bond rating is the highest it's ever been as a result of the way that we manage our funds.
Meaning they're so fiscally responsible, they have a good credit rating.
Yes, we have a huge, very good credit rating, and
Yeah.
it's gone up 3 times in the last even two years. So I get it, but the state running this city
It's not going to work out for
is
you.
not a good option
No,
for any of us.
no.
So
But oftentimes it sounds great. And that's how they
sure.
get you, but don't let it.
It sounds
So that's
great.
our state PSA.
now, property insurance, that's the real problem.
It is absolutely the real problem.
Property insurance is the real problem, and they've made some strides at fixing it, but I think there's still
A long way
to go.
away, yeah.
Right.
So that's your real problem. So go ahead and write your representatives. Toby's going to kill me.
No, but I gotta say, Toby. I met with Toby on this issue, and he is.
He's very receptive.
Great. He's
Yeah.
very receptive. He sat in front of me and said, "I want to hear all ideas. I want to hear everything." He's
Yeah.
doing a great job at co-chairing, and I think that we're very lucky. And I'm very glad that one of our own representatives is one of the co-chairs.
For the state.
Right, for the entire state.
And I know where he
and
lives.
he,
No, I'm just kidding.
he does a great job representing us, and I think he'll
No, he'll
continue to do a great job in
He
being
is-
very fair and listening to everyone.
He is fair, he is smart,
Yes.
he is earnest, he will put in the work, and he will listen. So reach out to him.
Yes.
Reach out to him. He will listen.
Absolutely.
So that's my state PSA. My federal PSA is I was watching the Today Show while I struggled this morning. And they were talking about healthcare, which we all know healthcare is broken in our country, but yeah. Women's health issues is on the possibilities of being covered, and as women of a certain age and a woman who has been body slammed into a situation I didn't want to be body slammed into, there is a possibility, and write your congressman, that women's health care can be covered by your insurance. They are working to do that. There are bills currently that would allow women's health care to be covered, because right now, I don't know if you know this, but it is not.
Yeah,
Not all women's health issues are covered by your insurance. And I'm finding that out as we speak, as I struggle.
Yep,
Yeah,
it's true.
I know.
I'm familiar.
I'm shocked.
I'm not.
Well, this all happened to me in the last 5 weeks, so I'm learning quickly. Yeah, so write your congressman on that one. That was the federal, but it just happened to be on the Today Show today. So there you go. 2 PSAs. Everybody write your congressman and your state representatives.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else before we start taking questions?
No, I think we're good. I could talk all day, and we don't have all day. So.
Yeah, we always do talk all day, but that's fine. If they have questions, I'm happy to do it. All right, so we are going to say goodbye to our at-home audience and our online audience, but before we do that, I want to thank again the Children's Services Council for just not for being our sponsor, but for all the work that they do here in our
Absolutely.
community,
They're
and especially
amazing.
for Summer Passport. We talked about that a little bit today. And Michael and his family, because I just learned that they brought in crepes this morning as their Danish from that crepe place, which is their other retail shop right there on Port St. Lucie Boulevard.
Yep.
In the Walmart neighborhood store out by Darwin Square. And it is fantastic. So they have that crepe place west, and they have Steamworks East. Make sure you are patroning one of those 2 places.
And it's so relaxing in there in the crepe place. You
It
just walk
is.
in, you get your coffee, you get your crepe, and you sit on a couch and you just chill. I had one of my
Parking's easy.
mornings with the mayor there
Oh, yeah.
a few months back, and it's just a great place to hang out.
And they're just they're great people.
Absolutely.
So please do that. So thanks to them, and thank you to the staff here at the city and my staff for always, encouraging me to get here on time. And everybody, every single person here in the audience for coming and spending their morning with us. I appreciate you guys all so much for taking time out of your day to spend here with us. And of course, thank you to you again, Mayor.
You're welcome. Happy to be here.
All right.
Always.
With that, have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next month.